SwoleBenji here. Today we're going to be doing a Heron Spear Corrupted Dungeon build. Now the reason we're using Heron Spear over the regular one-handed spear is because the one-handed spear, while it gives you slightly more mobility, it uses up your spirit charges when you attack an enemy with it, which actually lowers your clear speed and DPS. So let me explain, alright? For your abilities, you're going to be using the first Q ability, the stab. For your W ability, you're going to be using inner focus so you can increase your damage, and this is where your most of your damage is going to be your auto attack, okay? Now, the Heron Spear is an area of effect damage with an okay amount of cooldown. It's not the best cooldown, it's not really the best ability, but out of all the one-handed weapons, like, this one clears Corrupted super duper quick, and there is a combo that you'll be using to clear fast, alright? So, when you're in a group of mobs, you just throw the Heron Spear point blank, it's going to AoE everything around it. For your armor, you're going to be using a hunter jacket. Yeah, that's right, you're actually wearing leather, so this build is actually tankier than the other builds I've featured on this channel so far. Well, comparing to the cloth ones at least. I don't really know when this will be released, but essentially, the hunter jacket is going to be your ticket to very high DPS, and I'm going to explain the combo in a sec. You're going to be using a mage cowl as your helmet so you can put poison on your auto attack, but also if you're invaded, you can switch it to force field and knock people away from you, or knock them into traps and then stun them with the Heron Spear. It's got some combo potential. For your boots, you're going to be using the Scholar Sandals, which will increase your run speed. You can run through traps that would slow you, can run through stuns and roots, and it will regenerate your mana at a very fast pace, okay? Out of all the spears that I've played with, this one is very safe and it's extremely fast to clear. This is for ratting, not so much for PvPing. But essentially, the combo is right here on the screen. You're going to use inner focus, and then you're going to throw your Heron Spear, and then you're going to stack up your Q to 3, alright? Once it's stacked up to 3, you're going to activate your Hunter Jacket, and at some point you're going to inner focus again, which I guess I didn't do here. But when you have your Hunter Jacket's ability active, you have 3 stacks, and you have inner focus, you're doing like almost 300 damage per second with your auto attacks. You just melt bosses super quick. It's very, very powerful. Now, the downside to using auto attacks is some bosses you have to move around, which all you gotta do is spam spacebar while you hold right click. That's all you gotta do. For you phone gamers, I'm not sure how you can move in auto, but one day I'll be able to tell you, but not right now. Anyway, that's basically the combo in the build, alright? And yes, you could absolutely melt players with this. If they can't stop your auto attacks, they die. Alright, but at the same time, there are burstier builds for PvP, so this build is just for ratting, okay? This is for Hunter and Stalker difficulties, this is not for Slayer. I have not tried this in Slayer. It might be good, it might not. The great thing about the Heron Spear is that it's super cheap. Also, for your offhand, you want to use a torch. Do not use a mist call or do not use a crypt candle. The torch increases your auto attack speed, which is your main source of DPS, alright? So you want to absolutely use a torch, okay? And for capes, you can use a Thetford cape. Don't use a Morgana cape. Yes, it increases your auto attack speed when you cast E, but you don't need it. Your auto attack speed actually caps out pretty dang easily. Now, for the weapon passive, you will be using the attack speed passive, okay? So make sure you have that set up. In this video, I'm not even using a cape. I'm going for the cheapest budget build possible. And you can see that this build is super quick. We're like maybe 3 minutes, 30 seconds in, and we're about to summon the boss. Also, inner focus helps you move around the dungeon faster. Alright, the Q spell is an area of effect. The whole build is just really quick and efficient. It's super cheap, very easy to use. Alright, Hunter Jacket is cheap. Your Scholar Sandals is cheap. Heron Spear currently is cheap. After this video, I can't guarantee that it'll still be cheap. It is an artifact item, so it might be expensive one day. Alright. This build, it just deletes. If you're a spear player and you want to level Heron Spear, this is a good way to do it. Alright? So, now this boss does require a lot of moving around, but you can see how fast it dies. Alright? It's pretty simple. It's just a straightforward, fun, and fast clearing build. I've been able to clear this dungeon this entire time without even thinking and I'm not even a spear main. I barely play spears, but out of all the spear builds, this one deletes Corrupted super quick. Anyway, that's basically the video. That's the build. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Now, as always, be a bro, stay swole. Make sure you return your shopping carts. Make sure you like the video and leave a comment. If you do both, it's an algorithm cheat code. And if you haven't subscribed, 80% of you have not subscribed yet. I need you guys to hit that subscribe button right now. If I say something crazy or you don't like my videos, you can always unsubscribe later. It's completely free. Anyway, take care, lads.